Hello everyone and welcome to the Smite Conquest Beginner's Guide. This series is going to make you much more comfortable by teaching you the basics of the Smite Conquest game mode. Today I am going to be covering the utmost basics, and then in each video following this one we're going to get a little bit more specific and expand our knowledge base. Let's begin. So bearing in mind that for today's video we are covering a very broad sense of what it means to play Conquest, the goal of the Conquest game mode is to kill the enemy Titan before the enemy team can kill your Titan. In order to accomplish this goal, you are going to need to farm a lot of experience, maybe pick up some buffs along the way, and then destroy some towers and enemy structures in order to accomplish this task. Ultimately, teamwork is the name of the game, and playing your role is going to be very important. Now, I've just mentioned the word roles. In Conquest, there are 5 roles to speak of. I'm going to cover each of them briefly, and then you can expect other videos covering them in more depth. Let's start with the mid laner. The mid laner exists in the middle lane and is responsible for dealing a lot of damage. Typically, the mid laner is a mage, but as with everything I'm going to say in this entire series, there are certain strategies and certain team compositions that can change that. But typically the mid laner plays a mage. Next, let's talk about solo lane. Solo lane takes place over here in the short lane. The reason it's called the short lane is the towers are closer than in the long lane, where they are farther apart. Typically the solo laners build warriors or guardians and want to be tanky in order to absorb a lot of damage. Next, we're going to talk about the long lane. And in the long lane, there actually will usually be 2 players from each team: the ADC or attack damage carry and the support. The attack damage carry is responsible for dealing sustained damage in fights. Typically this role picks up hunters, but again, exceptions. And then there's the support. The support is responsible for setting up and protecting everyone on their team. They want to set up for kills. They want to prevent the enemy team from getting kills. The reason that the support and the ADC stick together at the beginning of the game is typically hunters have a very long ramp up time and they need some extra protection and a babysitter. The final role to talk about is the jungler. The jungler exists in between the other lanes and is responsible for clearing out all the different jungle camps that exist throughout the map. I'm going to talk about what all of these different camps do in the jungler video, and I'm also going to have another separate video that talks about buffs in their entirety. And that's as broad as I can get with Conquest. In the following videos, we're going to get a lot more specific and cover a wide range of topics that are going to allow you to play the Conquest game mode with a little bit of confidence. For now, subscribe if you're new, and watch the video on your screen for more.